Welcome to the 2009 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals. This is round 7 from the Riverglade Park just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick. MX2 class in staging. This is going to be a spectacular day of racing. Brian Costner and Mark Travers in the booth. Great opening ceremonies here at Riverglade. They bring the top 10 from the MX1 O'Brien with the Julies on either side. They know how to do it right here at the Riverglade MX Park. Let's have a look at the track here this morning, Brian.
Oh, it's a fabulous track. It's nestled right in a little bit of a valley. That red eastern soil gets tilled up nice and it gets loamy and juicy for these big knobby tires. Saturday morning, number 671, Yuri Alexander on that St. Cesar Honda did some laps for us. That is the crowd pleaser jump, one of the most famous jumps in Canadian motocross. A huge right-hand sweeper by the mechanics here. They hang it out and leave nothing on the table through here into the new GP section. When I say new, this is the third year. We had torrential downpours Friday night. This is a lower part of the track, and I tell you, these ruts are just ugly, and it is so high speed. We've seen some people take a trip over the bars. Now, drag racing, they're going beside the highway. Speeds of up to 75 miles an hour or 130 kilometers an hour through there, Travis. You can see small rocks out here, a few baseball-sized ones. Now, this jump here, this is a double, but some guys have even managed to try and triple there, and it is some scary and lots of up and downs. A great track here in Moncton.
Nice job, fabulous. Okay, MX2 boys are now out on the line, getting ready for the parade lap. Good shot at Jerry Medaglia. Our two championship hopefuls, number 14 and number 1, that's Mare and Nye. Boys getting ready. First race coming up. With number 22, Brock Hoyer in the leading edge Kawasaki tent. Brock, finally on the podium last week, my friend. Boy, you rode a great race in that mud, and you proved you know how to handle the slick stuff there, my friend.
Yeah, you know, it was a tough race. You know, going into it, we knew what we had to do, and the bike was prepped perfect, and got an awesome jump off the gate, and just, you know, the whole shot's a big thing in the mud. And, you know, lost my goggles about 5 laps in, threw it off, and did the whole man eye. Just been flushing dirt out of my eye for the last 4 nights, so. But no, it was good to get back on the, good to get on the box. My first, you know, podium I've ever had to the leading edge, and it's good to get them up top, and, you know, work that I put in pays off.
What a good, hard-working kid. We've got some action after the break. Stick with us.
Welcome back to the Riverglade MX Park just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick, with a pair of friends walking out onto the track to get this race started. Brian Costner, those are the Monster Julies, and the 30 board is getting ready to go up. As we head back to the line and have a look at our MX racers getting ready. This first MX2 Moto will be brought to you by Zox Motocross Helmets. Oh, what a great shot at the start here, Brian. It used to have that asphalt mixture, cleared all that stuff away, a nice fresh dirt start. Blonde Julie going to 5 as we focus back to the gate. Remember that 5 has to go sideways, then the gate can drop anytime. There it goes. Riders focusing on the gate. Someone with a bit of a misstart there, Brian. Gate is down. Oh, a little bit of contact coming to that first corner. Who's going to get that real distributing? Oh, shit.
Looks like the Shiat goes to number 12, Kyle Beaton on the Blackwood Yamaha, but young Jonathan Parise just slips his way into first place there on the second turn on that number 96 Kawasaki, Travis.
Beaton and Parise bar to bar through that straightaway. Medaglia is up in there in the number 24. Nick Evano is in the fray, Brian.
Wow, Trav, see how high speed that section is? Boys are on the gas. Like Medaglia with a good start on that new 250F Suzuki ride he's got, but it's Kyle Beaton back in the lead. And you know, Travis, historically, when Beaton gets out front, he has the ability to check out if he can keep her up on two wheels.
Some great experience for number 96, Jonathan Marie, sitting in second place right now, Brian, but this is a great position to be in. You learn some good lines, run that fast pace, but Dagley looking good in third, though.
Well, I think when these guys see that number 96, they're not used to seeing him. They're used to kind of beating him, so he's not going to intimidate any of these front runners. I think they're going to try and get by Paris real quick, but we've got some fast guys up from number 19, Kieran Fitzgerald on that orange Motorsport KTM, lurking around 5-6, and he's really been coming on strong in the second half of the season. And there's a nice pass, T.
Dagley with the crossover with that new Bondi engine package this weekend. Brian puts Paris back into third. Oh, look at Evano do that little crossover into the step down, Brian. He takes over third place. Paris has got to get those elbows up and bar bang a little bit, I think, right now.
He's getting some great experience running up front with these fast guys. Oh, there goes Fitzgerald. New lease on life for him. He moves into fourth, looking really solid on the bike. And there's number 27, Gavin Benoit. He did not contest the West Coast Nationals, but has been a force here in the East.
Benoit and Paris are teammates on that Schutz Kawasaki team to the Monster Lockoff cam as we see the boys funnel over one of the most famous jumps in all of Canadian motocross. Here's that GP section, Brian. They ripped it up on Friday, and all of a sudden that water soaked in. Those ruts are just sick.
Yeah, well, they've smoothed it out, but those ruts are coming, and we saw how soggy it is out there. The guys really got to have a few extra tear-offs just for that section. There's the teammates on that Schutz Kawasaki. That's Benoit moving into fifth place, and you know, funny story with him, he used to be the shortest guy out there, turned pro really young, and then when he heard about 21, he just stretched out as Fitzgerald just shoves Evanu out of the way. Evanu, one of the fastest guys on the track consistently. He has some issues with the odd crash or mechanical, but we know how fast Evanu can go, and there's Fitzgerald. Just displaced him one spot. Fitzgerald in third.
Number 19, Kieran Fitzgerald on that orange Motorsports KTM has really been showing well late in the season. And look who's coming up into the fray here. Number 14, Teddy Mayer, over that grandstand double. Brian, it looks like Fitzgerald's got a problem.
He's looking back. This track, notorious for flat tires. We've seen it in the past. I think right now Fitzgerald has a world of hurt with some problems on the back end of that bike. Meanwhile, up towards the front, we've got Brock Hoyer making some moves on the inside. And then that off-camber, Travis, the inside guy usually has the advantage coming out.
Two Western Canadian boys with Hoyer and number 36, Parker Allison. Love to see those young Canadians up into the mix. The battle for the lead is hotting up. Number 12, Kyle Beaton leads. 16, Medaglia through the GP section. Back to the leading edge boys. Looks like Evano on the outside. Oh, look at the speed that Mayer's carrying through that tough section.
Teddy Mayer, so tenacious, and look how difficult that section is. It looks pretty easy. These guys are focusing and concentrating big time. Now the lead battle. I can't stress enough how much I am digging this. Kyle Beaton's got his rear view mirror full of young Medaglia. Medaglia switching from the big 450 down to the 250.
Whoa.
A real star of Canadian motocross coming into his own on the 250F right up the inside of the more established star Kyle Beaton. And he makes the pass, Travers, coming into the huge monster spectator leap. The crowd is going nuts here in the grandstand, Travs.
It just goes to show you how important line choice is, Brian. You wanted to get up on the inside coming up this little step up, and that's exactly what he did. Beaton with a problem over that little double section into the valley, but it's the step up. Watch the line choice. Beaton on the outside, Medaglia with that couple of pumps on the throttle as he comes in on the inside with a great break. Outbroke him into the corner and then got on the gas.
I think in the replay we saw Beaton just kind of get scrubbed a little bit of forward drive in a rut before that, and that's all it takes, just a millisecond, a slight miscue. These guys are so close, Travs. That's all it takes. The next guy's gonna capitalize. Man, oh man, this action in the 250F MX2 class is spectacular.
Number 14, Teddy Mayer, blows Beaton a little wide as they drop down into the valley, and he moves into second place right now. Beaton looks like he's tiring a little bit. Brian, remember, he hurt himself in the first race of the season, and he's been battling that demon all season long. We know Beaton has the speed to win out here.
Man, that is an excellent point. He broke his wrist at round one, soldiered through, and now he's paying the price on conditioning. Nice battle for seventh with Hoyer and Nye. We're going trackside with the Jeep.
All right, guys, the number 16, Jeremy and I had a bit of trauma surrounding him the last few weeks, but I'll tell you what, he's looking good right now. But the number 14, guys, is moving up fast after a bad start. Teddy Mayer wants this championship. 16 wants to win. Who is going to take it? Quick update, Kieran Fitzgerald, guys, got a flat tire, out of the race. Let's send it back to the booth.
Nice work, Galdi. Okay, this is a very important battle for the championship, Brian, because number 14, Teddy Mare, is leading the championship. 9's back in 7th, so this is a valuable point-getting position right here. Oh, Medaglia with a problem in the GP section.
See how easy it is to just skip across the track. Dangling mine and in trouble all over, and he loses the lead right now to Teddy Mare, but he retaliates back. This is a drag race. I'm telling you, this section here is hair-raising. The speeds, they come into this wood section, incredible. On the brakes, really heavy, and I just love the way Teddy Mare turns the motorcycle. These top guys actually turn the bike with their legs. They really got to squeeze and push that outside knee to make the bike turn. And look at action throughout this race. That's Aaron Harvey, Kyle Beaton's teammate, working his way up right now, and that's 4th place. We have to comment on number 27, Benoit, really riding a tough moto.
We saw the number 24 of Nick Evano currently sitting in 3rd place. That means Kyle Beaton has fallen back. There he is right there, Brian. And the number 1 of Eric Nye is starting to move up. He gets by Beaton on the inside through that Suzuki off camber.
I think Beaton must have a problem beyond conditioning because he's moving backwards here, and this is kind of his style track. I know he can rip it up on these wide open berms, and we just get a great look of Medaglia looking awesome out there on this racetrack.
With number 24, Nick Evano getting his last lap flag, Brian, yes, we had a report that Beaton went down to the GP section and lost 2 positions. That was why he was relegated to 6th to our leader, number 14. That is Teddy Mare in control right now, Brian. Made some big passes, got himself out into the lead, and is going to win this moto.
Yeah, wow, looking really solid just on cruise control. You know, that GP section where Beaton went down is so fast. May have re-injured that wrist, but all eyes on number 14, Teddy Mare, as he takes the checkers. Rare to see some emotion out of Teddy. He is happy for that leading edge Kawasaki team. Stick around for more. Welcome back to round 7 of the Monster Energy Motocross Nationals here at the beautiful Riverglade Circuit. Pat O'Connor taking care of his boy Teddy Mare, who takes the win. Gotta like Eric Nye keeping his championship hopes alive, and a great ride for McGlynn, Allison, and Brock Hoyer.
Leading edge Monster Energy Kawasaki, Teddy Mare out front, buddy. Didn't get off to a great start there, but that was probably the most dominant moto you've had this year. You picked everybody off looking like you were the top dog.
Oh, I know, I want it bad this year, and you know, I took my line on the gate, and Nye ended up right beside me, and I knew what he was planning on doing. He kind of hit me off the gate, and I got back into him, and I just kind of lost my gap. I was behind their elbows, and you know, I was done, and I just kind of stuck in there in the first turn and stayed strong. And I got through that mud section back there pretty good. I passed about 5 people, and I just started clicking them off. I seen the leaders, and I was just like, you know, I'm not going to push them. Just ride my race and keep going, and it worked good.
Murphy Motorsports, Bondi Engines, and FXR helping out this guy here, buddy. A few weeks ago, we had a bit of drama, but guess what? It looks like you put that aside because that was a banger of a moto.
Yeah, I finally got a good start. My bike was working great, so put my head down, got up to actually in the lead, and I don't think I pushed enough hard enough at the beginning. Teddy was riding great, nothing taken away from him, but he caught up to me and stayed in second. Hopefully get a little further ahead in the second moto.
Yeah, I didn't get a good start. I think I was like 10th or something. I came through the mud just wide open and somehow got lucky and passed like 5 or 6 guys. And, you know, I worked my butt off that moto, I think, and I did tense up, got a little arm pump, but it's just something we need to go back, regroup. My Monster leading edge, Kawasaki, everything's going really good right now.
Okay, Fabs, let's take a trip out to the east this week as we go to Canada's only official bilingual province, New Brunswick, the largest of the 3 maritime provinces. Hey, Fabs, with over 2,000 kilometers of ocean coastline beauty, New Brunswick will get you close to the sea more than anywhere else. Beautiful scenery, breathtaking views, and opportunities to stay outdoors, well, forever. You know what? New Brunswick, a can't miss travel destination. And you know, when you're out there, Brian, you just look at the activities you can do. You can do some fishing. You can check out the landscape. You might want to do a little kayaking. You might even see yourself a whale.
Nice job, T-Knot. When I think of New Brunswick, I think of Moto, Moto, and more Moto. Ryan Gold caught up with East Coast sensation Mitch Cook.
You know, Mitch, you haven't had that breakout ride yet this year. I mean, you've gotten some good starts, been up front like that. Maybe this round could give you that extra encouragement to get up on the boxes. I mean, I think that's kind of where you belong, dude. You have that speed you need.
Yeah, you know, I would really like to get up there this year. I think if any place it's going to be here. I ride good here. I like the track here, and I mean, I really want to get on the podium, to be honest with you. And I was on it lots of times before, and it's been a couple years since I've been on it now, so it'd be nice today.
Machine Gun Mitch Cook, hard as you know what. Getting ready to do battle for you. This is the Riverglade MX Park just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick. A pair of Julies coming out onto the track to get this race started. But first, let's go check side with G.
Well, boys, they're calling it the Cladapult. Dusty Clad unleashed a triple here that has been here for years. He's the first one to do it. He is hungry. He needs the checkers or records, as the noob has been saying. He needs to win now to try to get in Colton's head to make this championship come down to the wire. Gate drops now.
Great job, Greyhound. Okay, back to the Julies. Red Julie has got the 30 board up. That means one thing and one thing only. We are ready to get rolling here. This first MX1 Moto will be brought to you by Extreme Motocross Apparel. Boy, this was a great start in here. That long sweeper into that left-hander into the GP section. Super fast. Back to the MX line, boys. Let's watch him check the gate. And the gate is down, Brian. Coming to that first corner. Who's going to get that road stripping hose? Yeah.
Well, you know, Travs, this is a fast start. It's number 7 on that Royal Distributing KJ with the shot, but 102 on that Monster Energy Circus Kawasaki. That's Bobby Canary moves into the lead, but all kinds of action further back with Medaglia. There's Fat Yokes in third. Look at him wheeling down there. He's got the inside edge on Northwood for second.
Still a bit of a saucy puddle, Brian, as they double down into that first treat section. I love that little Kawasaki corner down there. Look at the 103 of Jack Carpenter in the mix with Cloud on the outside through this little section. Oh, Brian, love this one here. Getting back to NorCal, who's back up to 4th, and Mitch Cook with a good start.
Well, Northrop relegated to 5th. Cook's all over him. Northrop just got passed by several riders in that corner in the trees, and I'm telling you what, really impressed with Jack Carpenter, 103 on that Kawasaki. We've been expecting big things from him. He struggled a bit here in Canada. He's a big man on the motorcycle, so we know he can handle that 450 nicely.
The number 102 of Bobby Canary is leading this race right now, Brian, but he has his hands full with our current champion, number 1, Colton Fasciotti, who is wasting no time getting up into the fray. Clad now into second as they do that little left-hander with the drop down in the valley. One of my favorite parts of the track. They've been working on this jump down here, Brian. The riders are able to triple, as you saw Fasciotti. Look like Clad might have had a problem to get back to our lead.
Clad cased it hard. Earlier on, Fasciotti showed Canary a wheel. He could have shoved him, but I think you realize this is a long race. Take your time and wait it out. You see Colton's eyes are all over the 102, and he's looking beyond Canary. He's going to want to get out of that roost and into that clean air and check out.
To that monster lock-off cam. What a beautiful shot, an amazing day for racing. Brian, here's a replay of what happened to Clad. It's really hard to see, but it looks like he dragged his pegs through that triple.
Wow, and Canary doesn't triple, doesn't cost him much, but Clad cases hard. And yes, he does end up going over the bars. We've got a reverse angle of it right here. Hard to see, but look at the bike just ghosting through the air. And earlier on, Travs, you know, at this stage of the moto, he's going to get passed by a whole whack of guys, so he's going to have his work cut out for him here in the first MX1 Moto.
Well, he's lucky that Red Bull Yamaha didn't go into the pond, Brian, because then it would never refire. The word is that Clad is back on the track, but he is in last place. The battle for the lead is super intense. Oh, Canary goes wide. Oh, and Fasciotti takes care of it.
We talk about one mistake.
Oh,
and I like what I'm seeing from Bobby K. Comes right back in, and now these ruts are getting super ugly down here. Add in the high speed, and this corner is really choppy. One rut leads into another, which leads into another. It's really chaotic down there.
Right, here's that contact. This is after the pass. Well, the pass just happens right there. Fasciotti in the gas. But then, number 102, Bobby Canary, lays the smackdown, goes for the inside line.
He just gets on the gas and comes through, and right here he decides, I better not. And then his back end dishes out, and there's a drag race through those ruts. This ain't over yet, man. There's some awesome racing up front. team.
This GP section is causing some problems, Brian. There's no flow out there. They're bouncing through the ruts.
Yeah.
Still carrying speed, though.
Yeah, good point. And we can see down that straightaway, they are upshifting all the way. The crowd cheering right now for the big number one of Colton Fasciotti, the most moto wins in this class. Now he's leading again. Looks poised to take a second championship, but things are hotting up in the back here with the Cowie boys.
Fabulous. This is for second place. Canary had a problem. Jack Carpenter moved into second through this street section. That jump right there is the catapult. That's where Clad was landing this morning in practice, so you can see the length on that jump. Most of the riders right now are only doubling.
Bobby Cade grabs a tear off there. He hasn't been behind his teammate too much this year. Things getting very interesting with Dusty Klatt coming back after that crash. No doubt, when the bike flies through the air like that, you bend a handlebar or a lever or two. Doesn't seem like it's slowing down Dusty Klatt. He moves into 8th place. He has passed so many guys, and now he's got a KTM in there. And we'll see if Tyler Medaglia, number 3 on the Suzuki, can maybe get in and freight train with Klatt.
Look how aggressive Klatt is riding right now, taking outside lines, carrying a lot of speed. Both riders only doubling over the catapult right now, Fabs.
Well, Klatt's the only guy to do that jump, so not anticipating anyone else doing it. He gains just a little bit of time there, but when there's a rider in his way, it's harder to line up and get it. He passes Phillips anyway, moves one spot closer to the box.
Super aggressive riding by Klatt, passing multiple riders on every lap. The battle for second is still relatively tight, Brian. Down into the valley section, the little step down. This is the jump right here that Klatt crashed on earlier in the moto as we get back to number 28, O'Farrell, and here comes number 101, Paul Carpenter.
Well, when Klatt crashed there, he was tripling, because that's a triple-double. He crashed doing the triple, and still not all the riders doing that triple. Very dangerous. I don't know if Klatt's going to want to hit it again after sampling so violently on the first lap.
The battle for second is super hot coming into the GP section right now. Jack Carpenter, number 103 on the inside, is having a hard time navigating. Look at the speed that Canary is carrying, Brian. He doesn't care about crossing ruts. He's just staying on the pipe.
Wow, look at the crisscross in front of his teammate. That inside line on the corner is terrible. The rut is so deep. Not that it's that much better on the outside, but I think the outside is a better choice. It's easy to talk about line and line choice from the booth. When you're out there, it's very difficult to try something new. You want to kind of stick with what you know works, but the riders that keep their eyes open get the lines down, and look at Klatt worked his way all the way up. He's in 3rd place, passing Jack Carpenter. This has got to be one of the best rides for Klatt, Krabs. You talked about his aggressive nature on the bike. Look at him go.
You know that Klatt has got his mojo going, Brian, when he throws the bike around like that. And did you see how the crowd lined up in there to see him do that big jump?
Well, this is a great crowd, and furthermore to that, it's a very knowledgeable crowd. They know their motocross out here is just a joy to come out to Moncton every year. And look at Klatt now, he's all over Bobby Cade for 2nd place. Unbelievable. And like you say, when he gets the bit between his teeth, he starts chomping. Look the heck out, because he's coming through.
Well, it's been a long time since we've seen that sort of body language from Klatt on the bike, and look at the way he's got it going on right now, Brian, into that little valley section.
Jeez.
Oh my, did you see the redirection as he blows by Canary in that sweeper?
The same place where Fasciotti passed Canary. And on that big jump, I get chills thinking back a few years ago when Colton Fasciotti came in to a slower rider on that jump. It was in the Sunday morning practice. It was a horrific crash. Colton left with a broken shoulder from that, and it dashed his hopes that season.
You're right, and they were so close coming over there. That takes a lot of stones, Brian. There is no doubt about it. To the number 1 of Colton Fasciotti on his final approach. We just saw Jack Carpenter and Paul Carpenter going over and getting their last lap flags.
Well, I talked to Fasciotti about the scare and the nerve factor on this jump. You know what he told me? He just blocks it out. He cannot afford to remember that crash. Takes the win. He is on a tear this season. Welcome back to the Monster Energy Motocross Nationals, to the Yamaha leaderboard. A great ride for Dusty Klatt in second. Paul Carpenter sneaks into 4th place. Gotta love Mitch Cook on a home soil. 6th place, Liam O'Farrell, Tyler Medaglia, Kevin Johnson, and Mason Phillips.
With number 2, let's call it the ride of his life, Dusty Clad. Boy, I am so impressed with the way that you were able to massage that track, get up into 2nd place with some dynamite passes, because I know you had some trouble early.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was this one jump that was really ruddy, and they changed the lip for our moto, and they had really deep ruts, and Colt dragged his pegs going off right in front of me. I came off and did the same thing, but I didn't make it as far. End result, crash, dead last, and just had to get up and put on the best charge that I could.
Bobby, I love your aggression out there. I love the fact that you held on and got onto the podium, and I know you got to be pleased with that ride.
Yeah, you know, I'm really happy. We had a long weekend getting here with travels and everything. We got no sleep pretty much coming in this round, so I'm really happy to stay strong for 35 minutes. I'm really looking forward to the next moto. I know it's going to be nice and hot. I'm looking for these guys to fade. I ended up going down on my own out there and got up. My bike stalled, got going, and really had to make my way back through a pack a little bit. But I'm really happy with my Cernex Monster Energy Kawasaki right out front off the start. It was good.
It's off to round 4 of the Royal Distributing Women's Nationals presented by Suzuki. There's homegirl Heidi Cook, and that's the sister of Mitch Cook. She has been flawless, Travis.
Tearing up the track, number 59, Carly Pozneskov with a problem getting into that soft stuff. And she's a little slippery out there. Some good battles on the track down into the valley. Of course, they have to ride the pro track, so Brian, they have to deal with all the same obstacles. Number 94, that's Kate McCarroll, starting to show her wares on that 144 KTM.
She has really put on a charge in the second half of the season, getting her name out there. She is flying. There's Jocelyn Collot, number 4, and that's the girlfriend of our current champion in MX1, Colton Bossiati, and that is a moto household.
Man, oh man, the number 10 of Danae Giroux is starting to get on the gas, Brian. That is some serious business. Oh my! The number 33 of Jessica M, I can't pronounce her last name, goes over the bars in the GP section to number 4, Collot. She's got a bike problem. She's not happy. That's going to be a problem for the championship. Number 2, Heidi Cook with her 7th moto win of the season. She's looking to go undefeated into the 2nd moto. Collot started to get on the gas. We had some good battles out there with number 34, Camille Baker. Number 10, Danae Giroux showing her wares, Fabs.
And you know, her sister, number 6, Amber Giroux, also sticking a wheel in here and there. And things are getting really exciting in the women's class. They're getting faster and faster every year.
Heidi Cook with the 2nd moto win. She goes for the clean sweep as we get to our podium. McCarroll, Giroux, and Heidi Cook.
Nice job, Trav. Those girls are getting faster as our MX2 boys are out doing the sight lap or the hot lap or parade lap, whatever you call it. There is no easy way through those ruts. They're racing next.
Riverglade MX Park just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick. Brian Coster and Mark Travers in the booth for the 2nd MX2 Moto of the day, Brian. This one is going to be a beauty. The Julies are out on the track, the 30 board is up, and we are close to racing. This moto will be brought to you by MX Performance Magazine, the #1 motocross magazine in the country. Couple holes on the gate there, Brian. 2nd moto, sometimes that 1st moto takes its toll.
Yeah.
Red Julie to 5. Riders watching for that board to go sideways, then focusing down on the gate. It's down, Brian. Coming to that 1st corner. Who's going to get that royal distributing hole? Yeah.
Fast drag race through this turn over the line. It looks like the KTM of Eric Nye on the outside grabs it. 3 guys vying for it. Looks like Nye grabs it on that Katoom.
The number 27 shoots Kawasaki. Kevin Benoit slips by Nye for the lead, and another bike has gotten by. That's the number 18 of Aaron Harvey.
Hey, look at Beats coming up quickly, too, in the Crouch's lead group, just motoring down that straightaway. Love that GP section. Young Kevin Benoit out of Quebec doing the East only, leading. That is huge. Oh, and guys are clipping and booping and banging in there.
The battle for the lead is hotting up, Brian. The 27 of Benoit on the outside. Look at the aggression of Harvey as he forces himself into 1st place. What a pass.
Well, T, you see the water spots and puddles here and there. A really hot day out here on the East Coast, and when they add some water on there and that hard, shiny stuff, boy, does it get slick. A few puddles out here just to keep the boys, as Goldie would say, on their toes.
Number 18, Aaron Harvey in the lead. 27, Kevin Benoit in 2nd place. the number 1 of Eric Nye in third, and a cluster behind, Brian, as the boys funnel up to the triple as we get into the lock-off.
I love that section coming into the big jump here. Usually it's one line. This year the guys worked on the track. There's 3 or 4 lines coming in, so it's great for the passing opportunities in the GP section. We got guys on the outside, guys on the inside, searching, looking for that smooth way through. We talked about the clumps of dirt out there, how the one rut leads into the other, and man, oh man, you can take a trip over the bars in a heartbeat through here.
Nye's got a spectacular line, the one on the outside that comes to the inside. Look at Teddy Mayer. He's got a problem. He's way back in the pack.
A terrible start for Mayer, our current points leader. This is what Eric Nye needs. I'm telling you, he needs Mayer to have a bad moto. Battling for third hard, and it's number 24, Nick Eveneau, on that leading edge Kawasaki right now, Travis.
Eveneau up to third place, and it looks like Benoit's got his hands full of the number 12 of Kyle Beaton, who has got some dynamite lines out here, Brian. Let's hope that he can stay consistent during this moto. Oh, I love that outside sweeper.
Well, for Kyle Beaton, for sure, our first moto hole shot artist, working up hard, going fast. We'd mentioned in the first one we had that crash. Let's see if he can make amends for that and stay upright and move up to the podium.
Spectacular spectator turnout here today in Moncton, Brian, as we get back to the battle for 7th. It is on fire. Karen Fitzgerald, does he have that inside line on Hoyer? Oh, what a move. Bar to bar into the GP.
The South African has a big sliding fishtail on the outside. That's Eric Nye's line. And he cuts to the inside, like you were saying. Looks like he makes it stick right now. Fitzgerald just loving the motocross in Canada. This is his 3rd full year in this country.
The number 18 of Aaron Harvey in the lead through that little run it out off camber section. I think I saw Eric Nye right behind him. Oh no, the 16 of Jeremy Dagla looks like it is out. He does not look like he's going to continue.
That's his dad right there, Travis, that he's talking to. So memories of last year. He is out of this moto, but it's number 14, Teddy Mayer, who's made up a ton of real estate. Now he's pressuring for 6. Oh, right up the inside, Phil's Benoit with Roos there. And he is moving forward.
With that little check back, Brian, after he made the pass to our 3rd place rider, number 24, Nick Eveneau. Beats in 4th, still working that outside line in the GP section, Brian, still tough.
See Beats come in there super fast, hits those ruts, and it just slows him right down. His foot pegs dragging. Eric Nye looking forward, riding tough, hanging in 2nd. He needs a moto win, Mark.
Checkers or wreckers, Brian, that's what the Noof was saying this weekend. To number 24, Nick Eveneau in 3rd place through that Kawasaki treat section. I love that part of the track. Look at this. Number 14, Teddy Mayer is on the pipe. He's made his way up to number 32. That is Kyle McGlynn in 5th.
McGlynn with a dismal first moto. He's got his mitts full of Mayer right now. Back to our lead battle. Nye is not letting Aaron Harvey get away at all. He's right there, and he's not following his lines. And I like this section here. It's a good passing opportunity. We got a good 3 or 4 ways in here. And there goes Nye. Aggressive on the outside. Cuts underneath. Can he get the drive on the Yamaha? They land simultaneously, and he does it. Unbelievable action by the mechanics area. And if you want to make a pass, it's great to do it in front of your team. Harvey does not lie down, and oh my God, Nye just comes in and parks Harvey for the position, and that's 1st place. Love it.
Full brake check into the corner, Brian. Here it is again. He's already made the pass. Harvey back on the gas, but this is the stone position I love. Get him out, Fabs. Let's see him.
You can see Harvey just look over, see that orange bike, and just decide to stay on the brakes. Why take them both out? That's good points paying and cash paying positions. You can just see Harvey look over and get right out of it.
Mayer has made his way up to Kyle Beaton right now. This is for 4th place. Beaton doesn't have that outside line that he likes. Mayer swapping through, Brian. It is just out of control up there. There's no flow whatsoever.
It's pretty gross through there. Beaton, last lap on the outside, hit a deep rut, slowed down, decided to try the middle. Still didn't work for him. Bar to bar. And Teddy Mayer just makes it work with a mittful. And how many times have we seen Teddy Mayer this year make passes like that? That is all heart, man. That kid will not take no for an answer.
That's like playing chicken on the way down there, Brian.
Absolutely.
It's fully taped, and who's going to get off the gas last? That's what it's all about to our lead battle that is still super hot.
I get goosebumps just thinking of that drive. He hit it right on the head. It is like a game of chicken. Who's going to let off first? You know it's never going to be Teddy Mayer. That kid is championship material all over.
Ryan, he's got the championship in his hand right now. Look at where he is right now. He's working up on number 24, his teammate, for 3rd place, for crying out loud. You get a terrible start, you get on the gas, you start making passes, it's a long moto.
yeah, really, on the first lap, he was about 15th place. I love the fact that the leading edge boys all wear the same color gear. They look like such a team out there, and I love that look. And he takes a peek on Evenepoel around the outside. We know Evenepoel's no slouching. Into this off-camber, Evenepoel with the advantage. Well, oh my goodness, don't take each other out, fellas.
Fabs, it's really easy to see how slick this track can get, certainly on that inside line where it's almost like an ice rink dropping down into the valley right here, Fabs.
Oh, neck and neck, and yeah, it's all shiny there, but it's Mayer looks over, he cuts across and takes the pass. He's on fire, but you're right, there's some real slippery stuff, and you can see Evenepoel get on the gas there, and shiny bits come out underneath. So tire choice, not always the easiest selection here in Moncton.
Well, especially because there's all kinds of dirtier, there's some loose, loamy stuff, some soft sand, like through here. So tire choice is critical. You're right, Brian. To Aaron Harvey in second place. He looks good right now. You know the Toyota boys are happy. Here comes Mayer. He is on the pipe.
Look at them. He just makes that curvy section go straight. He just kind of knows how to get his line. And you know, oh, look at Beats. He's not giving up either. These guys get a new tire every moto. You saw Beats in 5th place, so he's hanging tough as we get into the last lap flag.
Brian, this MX2 class is all about balls. I'm telling you what, these guys get out there and they just race their hearts out. What a ride for Nye, the most aggressive riding we've seen all season. How about the ride for Mayer all the way back to 3rd place? I love those guys. Eric Nye right now on his final approach, Brian. Boy, he's got to like, this will be his first motor win of the season.
Yeah, he needs it like we talked about earlier. He's taken the checkers, but you know what? Teddy Mayer has thrown the wrench into his plans by working all the way back up to 3rd place. That's not enough of a points gap.
Right you are, Venus. Okay, let's go to the Yamaha leaderboard.
What a great moto. Kyle Beaton ends up 4th. Gotta love Jared Allison in 6th. Fitzgerald 8th. Nick Evenepoel was docked 6 positions back to 10th.
Royal Sturgeon, KTM, Eric Nye doing exactly what he needed to do there, taking the moto win. Eric, buddy, it's about time, and I'm sure you're pretty relieved.
Oh, you don't even know. I've been so frustrated, you know, finally getting the moto win, you know, it's just, I don't know, I've just been struggling, you know. When I won the championship last year, everything was going my way. This year, it's been a lot tougher, you know. You know, things aren't going my way, but I feel like I'm riding good, and I'm happy, and it's about time.
You know, you're still in the battle for the 3rd tier on this championship here. We got 4 motos to go. What can you make sure to happen to get this thing on the box, these last 4 motos?
I just got to get good starts and ride like I know I can. I mean, this is where I should be on the box, so I'll just keep charging and maybe even get up to 2nd. Who knows? We'll see how it goes.
To the leaderboard after 7 of 9 rounds, Mayer and Eric Nye have a great battle going on. McGlynn and Harvey got their own war. The rest of the guys are pretty tight in MX2. Our overall winners for the day, Teddy Mayer first, Nye, and then Harvey.
All right, it is time to buckle up as we get ready for the final moto of the day with the Julies out on the track. The 30 board is up. This is the Monster Energy Motocross Nationals. This final MX1 Moto will be brought to you by InsureMyRide.ca. Couple of holes in the gate after that first moto, Brian. Tell you what, this motocross race, and it takes his toll with Blonde Julie, 30 board up, great shot from behind. Back to the line, fabulous. I love this little row of flags up in the back there.
We can see a nice breeze blowing those flags. If it wasn't for the wind, I think the spectators would just go ahead and melt into little puddles. It is stinking hot out here in the Maritimes, Travis, and the gate is down. Bag race, carnage tipping over into the first turn. Phillips is bag racing. It looks like, no, it's 101 Paulie Carpenter with that real distributing hole. Shit!
But look at the speed of Clyde on the outside as he busts his way into first place. Looks like Fasciati's got by Carpenter as well. Carpenter back to 3rd as the boys funnel down into the Cowie section.
Oh, that's insane. You see Fasciati look right over at Carpenter as he goes by. Unbelievable action at the front of the pack. But now Paul Carpenter's got a handful of trouble from number 3, Tyler Badaglia.
Did you see the way the Clyde came over that double, Brian? We talked about the body English. He has got it going on right now. I love the way he's riding.
He is so aggressive. One of the funnest guys to watch ride a bike. You know, he's a world-class BMX rider, so he kind of carries that style over to motocross. And there's Fasciati with the leg work. JSR taught Fasciati to keep that leg up high. Talking to JSR, Fasciati was keeping that leg low, slowing him down in the corners, and now he's got that leg up a la GSR.
Here's that carnage off the top right. It's number 28, Liam O'Farrell. It looks like he got hooked up with Carpenter. Wheels touched on the inside, and it was a bit of a banger back into the valley. Oh, and Clad busts out the triple down in the valley. That is a beautiful jump there, Brian, but that's not the catapult. That's the jump he went down onto the first moto.
That's right, and he's sacking up and doing it again. A lot of ruts on the face. Dusty Klatt keeping the feet on the pegs to the very last second. Sits down, like we said earlier, turning with the legs, gripping the motorcycle with the legs to the monster lock-off. And we can just see the distance there. That is a huge jump. Fans just love it.
You know what I like about the track right now, Brian, is the ruts in the corners. The straightaways are fast. Those corners are rutted up with lots of options to the GP section. Look at this, number 3, Tyler Medagle has got 102. Bobby Canary all over his heels into the Cowie corner. Canary into 4th. Here it is, Brian, back to our lead package, and there is the catapult. Dusty Klatt has pulled it off in this second moto.
The only rider on the track doing the catapult. Count Fasciati not doing it, only Dusty Klatt. There's Liam O'Farrell, the South African that went absolutely ass over tea kettle off the start. Bashed his head hard on the ground. Glad to see him up and running and back in the hunt. A fast rider. And there's Mason Phillips, the New Zealander. Roy, the Trinity Cowie team, he's got a mechanical issue.
We got some fans having a great time here at the Riverglade MX Park. Lots of great sight lines as we get to our leader, number 2, Dusty Klatt, in the GP section. Brian, look at how nasty it is. He is an elite level rider and he can't even make it around the corner.
Both feet off the peg straps. Fasciati saw that. As a rider, that tells you, hey man, this guy's in trouble. I think just that little bit just lit a fire up under Fasciati's seat.
Number 9, Mitch Cook, very aggressive into the GP section, leading number 55, Ryan Gainey, our rider, a KTM rider from New Hampshire. Tough part of the track, eh, Brian? I mean, what do you do?
These guys are having problems left, right, and center. Colton Fasciati stifles a bit, takes a smoother outside line. Tons of style, lots of time left. We'll see if Fasciati can make it work. And there's the legwork a la JSR. I just love the mentoring JSR has done on this team. I asked Sean, who do you work with more? Oh, that's sweet. Aren't all the guys kind of vying for your attentions? And he's like, well, just kind of spread it out as even as he can and focus on the guys that need the help.
Look at the battle for 11th, Brian, down into the extreme corner. Number 37, Sean Moffenbauer, has got team face number 100. Kevin Johnson with a nice line on the outside. Johnson takes the position and gets that inside line. Boy, some great battles on the track all the way back to 11th, 12th, 13th, who knows?
Young 37, Sean Moffenbauer, just turned 17 on that Schrader's Performex Yamaha, really making a name for himself. But Dusty Klatt right now pulling a bit on Fasciati that last lap.
It looks like there's some areas where he's gapping and some areas where Fasciati closes up. Favorite part of the track up to, my, Brian, look at the gap from an opposite angle. That is a gigantic jump, the catapult.
That was the best shot we've had of that catapult. Fasciati, an amazing rider, but he's not doing it. Nobody at MX1, look at this. He comes up, wheelies, hits the face, and look at the leap on this track. First rider in history, and you know, you land on top there, and you get a G out, then gotta drop down, hit the binders, and make the corner. Yeehaw! Dusty Klatt in a league of his own on that jump.
Get out of here. I love that stuff. I mean, it's great to come to a track like that and have this that special surprise on the weekend. We saw Carpenter in 3rd place, Canary in 4th, Medagle in 5th. Brian, I love coming to this racetrack. It is always special every year. They do a great job.
No question about that. Back to number 3, Tyler Medagle. During the week, all kinds of people ask me, what's wrong with Tyler this year? Well, he's got a few health issues that he's dealing with. But Klatt just shredding it up, Travis. Getting sideways here. That looks cool, but you're losing forward drive as he goes for a tear-off. I don't even know if he managed to get it or not. So visibility, always an issue in motocross.
Well, late in the race day, Brian, this track is getting slippery. There's another section right now where a lot of wheel spin is happening for Klatt. He doesn't do the triple on the catapult. Fasciati is tightening this gap up.
Well, that was really detrimental to Klatt. There was a lapper there. There's no way you can hit that triple with a lapper. Fasciati in stocking mode. He's in the crouch and he's looking ahead. Klatt has been pressured by number 1 all year. And Fasciotti, I think, has got his number a bit this year. We've seen Klatt get some wins, but we've seen this scenario many times. And look at Fasciotti, he's getting in Klatt's head.
Oh, on the inside, did you see how aggressive he came out of that corner, Brian? Laid it sideways, little check off to Klatt saying, hey, I'm in the lead, brother. You know what I like about Fasciotti, though? Patient, Brian, he is patient.
And that's, I think, JSR working and mentoring him. I think that has been a problem with Colton's complete package in the past, is not waiting for the right time or getting too aggressive at the wrong time. JSR's helped him with that, too. Reverse angle of the pass. They come in, land. Dusty leaves that inside line open. You cannot do that with Colton Fasciotti. You see Fasciotti's peg drag through the ground. Dusty aggressive kind of hit that wall on the outside, which made him bounce a bit and just lose a millisecond. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from Klatt now. Come on, Dusty, make a race out of this. He's got to stick a wheel in these gross ruts.
In the past few races, Brian, when Fasciotti gets by Klatt, a lot of times Klatt's falling back a little bit. I love the tenacity of him right now. He is still on the gas.
That's an excellent point you make, Travis. And right now, he still looks like he's making a race out of it as they fly by the cars on the highway. Just moving out. Now the battle for 7th getting interesting. Number 30, Tim Trombley on the inside, but young Ryan Millar does the crossover, pushes him out. What a mature pass right there for Factory Royal Distributed KTM rider Ryan Millar, only 16 years of age, out of Manitoba.
Number 9, Mitch Cook, that third member of that 3-pack out there, Brian. So that is really tight for 7th place. Passes are hard to come by out here. Look at number 103, Jack Carpenter, who is forcing the issue on number 7, Jeff Northrup. Look at the outside line on Carpenter. Oh, he sauces the spectators with a huge pile of roost and doubles up with the outside line, making it happen.
You can see the spectators run for cover from that roost. Number 101, Paul Carpenter, all alone in 3rd. And you know, the whole Cernix team, well, all the riders anyway, got held up in the airport for like 30 hours because of a bomb threat. They missed all of the practice on Saturday, deprived of sleep. They're coming in here a little rusty. They're just running on adrenaline.
Doesn't seem to show on Canary or Jack Carpenter. I mean, Paul Carpenter in 3rd place, but that's not where he wants to be, Brian. He's vying for this championship. Number 1, Colton Fasciotti, his final approach. Oh, and he clicks her sideways for the fans. Comes up and takes the checkered flag. What a moto, Fabs.
8 moto wins for Lightning Bolt Colt to the Yamaha leaderboard. Number 102, Bobby Canary has a late moto bike problem. Hands forth to Tyler Medaglia. Jack Carpenter's looking good, and it's Cook and Johnson rounding it out.
Number 1, Colton Fasciotti, stamping with authority. 2nd moto win today, buddy. A fantastic pass on Dusty Klatt. Love the way you hunted him down, and did a little inside line, dropping down in the valley was a beaut.
Yeah, I got by him pretty clean, and you know, I got off to a decent start, but I don't know, I just wasn't really feeling it first laps, and then finally kicked in and got my butt moving, and I was just waiting for him to make a little mistake, and that's what happened. That's all I need to get by, and can't give it up to him enough. He was riding awesome out there. We were pushing each other hard, so you know, it's a good moto.
Number 101, Paul Carpenter, 3rd place, 2nd MX1 Moto here at the Glade, Paul. Tough moto for you. You were all by yourself. You just didn't have enough speed to get up there to those boys in. By the look in your face, I can just tell that you're not satisfied.
No, but you know, it's been kind of an ongoing story all year, so it's tough. No one wants to lose, but it's tough when you got to take that position. You know, I didn't have it today, not even close. Those guys walked away from me, and I don't have any excuses. My bike worked great. Everything was awesome. I just wasn't up to par, and I wasn't able to do it. So no excuses, and hats off to both of those guys. They rode a great race.
Classy rider right there. Carpenter sitting 3rd in the points. That's the overall points. And look at the logjam with the top 3. And then 4 to 7 is Toit, and 8 to 9th. All kinds of war in there.
To the max shootout, $50,000 board. That's $10,000 to the rider, regardless of class, with the most points, and another $2,500 for the most moto wins. We talked about Fasciotti's Costanza wall. That thing is filling up. Fabulous.
Our 3 main players for the championship on the box in Moncton. Fasciotti, Klatt, and Carpenter do their job.
You have been watching the 2009 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals, brought to you by Motovan.com, your source for power sports parts and accessories, and RoyalDistributing.com, Canada's power sports leader. Special thanks going out to Larry Northrup, the Deuce, and the rest of the Riverglade MX Park crew. You guys did a great job. We'll see you next week at Sandilly MX Park in Ottawa.